Hello, everybody. Welcome to the AMC podcast. I'm your host, Super, and here with me we have the Dark Emperor. He is the leader of the Imperium.
Supreme leader of the coolest faction in the world.
Emperor, Dark Emperor, how you doing, man?
Pretty fucking awesome. I just
Really?
snorted a line of creatine, and I'm pretty hyped right now.
Nice. Got that wonder. Anyway, to get this started off, how long have you been in Anarchy, man?
Since 2 years ago, I think I joined December. Yeah, I think I joined 2B December 12th or something.
Did you join with the Russia War?
Oops. Sorry about that. No, I joined. Well, actually, I did because I knew about 2B before Russia, but I thought the idea of it was pretty boring, as there wasn't a lot going on. So I could have gotten VetQ if I wasn't such a darn lazy asshole. But yeah, so I joined kind of after it all cooled down. I bought a Minecraft account to play 2B, and I actually this is pretty backwards, but I had the name Imperium picked out, and I knew I wanted to make a faction before I even bought a Minecraft account. So I really put the cart before the horse.
Nice. Why'd you name it Imperium in the first place?
Because I'm lazy and I don't know, I liked it.
Nice. What does Imperium stand
Listen, so I took Latin in high school.
Oh, nice.
And Imperium is a Latin word. It's actually spelled with an I, but I use an E just to balance out I don't know, it just looks better visually. So Imperium in Latin means, I think it means power, command, empire. And I thought that was pretty epic, so I use that as my name.
That's pretty epic. Anyway, how long has Imperium been a thing? Like you've said, you've joined Anarchy since 2 years ago, I believe, and you've made it soon after you joined Anarchy. Am I right?
Yeah, I started recruiting immediately.
Nice.
So it's 2 years. It's over 2 years at this point.
So am I right in assuming you're the founding member?
Yep.
Nice. That's quite an accomplishment. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's quite a large group on 2B.
Yeah, it's probably the largest at this point, honestly. Obviously, Voco has a lot of people, but we're definitely a different demographic, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah, and with all those people, there are, chances of insight.
There's a lot of clout.
Yeah, and there's a lot of clout. So, aside from the mad puss you might be getting, what kind of advantages does that?
No comment.
No comment on the amount of puss you get from the clout?
My attorney has recommended I don't talk about it. Can we please move on? Oh, look, Gambiner is in chat. What a tool.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Gambino, what's your relationship with the guy?
I convinced him I had a back door, and I made him give me all his cords, and then I blew him up.
Oh, well. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my god. Okay.
And the beautiful thing is, if you have a back door, why would you need to give me cords? I could just look them up. But, life's hard when you're stupid. That's what I always say.
That's kind of funny. Nonetheless, with all of this popularity, you must have a lot of so-called nemesis or enemies in the MC Anarchy community. Who do you think is mostly matched to your status?
Could you cut out? Your mic really spurred out for a sec. Or it might have been my end.
It was most likely your end. With the amount of with your.
Oh, you're asking about kind of enemies and rivals and stuff.
Yeah. Who do you think is most evenly matched to your status?
Honestly, the only person who did kind of annoy us for a while was Jared, but he has a pretty compelling reason to leave us alone. I'm not going to say what that is for legal reasons. Wink, wink. But yeah, he's just been the latest in the long line of dummies to try to fuck with us. So nothing new under the sun.
Nice. In not too big of an essay, long answer, but what do you think Jared did to Imperium? He's known as the troll of 2B in some cases, but
More like
how
the retard of 2B. I mean, people give him so much credit, but when it comes down to it, he's just an incredibly jealous, sad person who only has 2B in his life, and that's why he gets so like crazy about trying to be the best. Because if he's not the best, because like he puts all of his effort into 2B, and that's a sad fact. But how did he annoy us? Basically through insiders, and the most successful one of those was Boo Boy, and honestly, he really blew his cherry too quick because he could have got a lot more because we really did trust him, but he just kind of got sick of it, I think. And when Skylar, aka Zoe Avoco, kind of got a hold of some screenshots and showed them to us, he just kind of fessed up.
Oh, so he could have reached for the stars, but only got up so far.
Feels bad, man.
Can we get enough in chat? But anyway, with Jared, uh, you said all of his time goes to 2B2T, but I'm sure you do know that his server Macrocasm has turned to a some say successful. What do you think of the server?
I don't play other servers honestly, so I can't really comment. The only reason I think he uses macrocasm is to log IPs, and it's just kind of a cheap clout grab, honestly.
Huh.
And just another thing, so I said that he has to be the best at all times. So during the seventh incursion, he really started to get mad about Fit because, I mean, he was kind of role playing a bit like Fit's ruining the incursion. He's messing everything up. He was honestly, he's incredibly jealous of Fit because Fit's made a crap ton of money doing not nearly as much as Jared. So he really resents anyone who has more success on 2B than him.
Anybody, really?
Also, Police Mike says he wants to be unmuted. He has something important to say.
Okay, we'll allow him as an exception, because I've heard him a couple times. Anyway.
He's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll unmute him for just 1 minute, you know? Alright, you're unmuted.
Mike, you're unmuted.
Anything?
Bye. So going back to I don't disagree with what he's saying about maybe why it was kicked from the seventh incursion was because of the message that the incursion is trying to send, which was don't play in the server, right? But then when you get someone like FitMC, he's doing this whole roleplay thing on YouTube, bringing more players in, right? The incursion only brought him more attention for new players to come. It's more exciting for to join the server and play. So it'd be really counterproductive to have him making videos about the incursion and being a part of it. Just role-playing for the sense that more people are going to join. And the whole point of the incursion is to stop people from joining. So that's what I have to say about that.
All right. Well, thanks for your input. I'm gonna mute you, and then we can get back.
That's a solid take.
All right. Well, let's stray away from Jared and Fit. Let's go back to you, Emperor. So, what's your
I love
plan?
talking about myself.
what's your plan nowadays on 2B?
No comment.
No comment. So you can't really release any plans.
I mean, honestly, kind of the same old, same old. Make the group awesome. Do big things. There's
any big thing you can disclose?
I mean, we're doing pretty awesome bases these days. We have a pretty solid network of guys and traps that really are dedicated.
Nice.
So we can do a lot more intricate projects. So like, I don't know if anyone has seen like the EE video that Fit did, but like we're doing a lot of that kind of stuff on a much more epic scale.
Nah, that's epic. With that epicness comes, hardship and all that. So how does Imperium battle the amount of insiders and all that stuff. Now, you've already mentioned about that insider there who really messed with
Yeah,
you
so
guys.
Boo Boy is actually the only person who got that far. Um, he's kind of an anomaly. He was pretty good at what he did, and what he did was pretty cuckish. But I mean, you have to kind of give him a bit of prop because we had no idea he was inciting because we were like we had a meeting about him and we were like, okay, no one is this autistic. He comes in here literally every day. He talks for like a couple hours minimum. He's doing all this stuff. Why would he be inciting? Like, how would you put this much time into this and just fuck it all away? And funny enough, he did, but we had no idea.
Hmm. That's actually quite interesting.
And on a similar note, a lot of groups like to mess with us, but honestly, that's just adding fuel to the fire. We love destroying little groups. Like the first one, we actually have like a little museum to every group we've destroyed, and or at least I do at one of my bases. And I don't know, it's always fun adding a new little exhibit. We get like a book with some history written in it. We get their banner. We get any map arts they have. It's pretty
That's
good.
that's quite interesting. That's pretty epic. um, but with all of this publicity and all these with all these bases and all these people after you, you gotta had a lot of publicity and a lot of people after you. So how do you battle this negativity and this criticism?
Most people that bother me are stupid, so I mean that's kind of an ignorant way to look at it, but honestly it is. Like Gambino is really dumb, Retronaut is really dumb. Like all of these people who try to harsh my mouth really aren't that smart, so I don't take what they say seriously. And it's a fucking video game. If you're gonna get butt mad about being called a fag, you probably shouldn't be playing.
I can completely understand that. It's just a game. You shouldn't be over emotional about it. I also want to touch on some of your members, as Imperium is known in the MC Anarchy community as being um, very particular about its members, yet still having quite a lot of members. What's your process in getting people in the actual group?
I won't go into specifics due to security reasons, but basically, if you're not retarded, you'll get let in.
Well, that's well, I can imagine for some people that's quite a challenge.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Some people aren't the brightest bunch in the basket. Anyway, um, who exactly is Glow?
He's a good friend of mine,
He's just
and sorry, somebody's messaging me stuff. Yeah, so he's one of the best coders on 2B probably. A lot of people, just to clear this up, a lot of people are saying he's quitting. Actually, just taking a break till 1.13. So, like, he's definitely coming back, and he does a lot of he's the sole developer of Glow Client, one of the best clients on 2B. It has a bunch of spicy extra features that even Future Gold doesn't have. So,
so
suck
he's
it,
really
Ox.
up there.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best
Well, that's quite
that ever was.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Going back to Imperium, how do you think the team is gonna to go on? Like, no, I'm not asking you to give us a date or an estimation on how long you'll live. Imperium on top and all that fun stuff. But my point is, do you think that Imperium will outlast these up and coming groups?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to be going to college soon. Well, not soon. I'm taking a crappy leap year, gap year, whatever it's called, and so I'll be going to college this coming school year. So I don't know how I'll adjust to that. I might have to give up 2B entirely. It might be completely normal. I have really no idea. So it's pretty premature to comment on that. If I don't play at all, there's a lot of competent people who are in the Imperium who I would feel comfortable giving more leadership over to once I'm a bit more out of the picture. But as a whole, I say this not too arrogantly, but the group will probably suffer without my absence,
Really, how so? And
or with
how
my
do you assume
absence.
that?
Well, I do most I do a lot um, to run the group. Obviously, like I'm in charge of interviewing and sorting members of ranks ups, of planning bases. And obviously, those are all things that other people are competent enough to do, but those have to get adjusted to it. And I don't know if having one strong leader is pretty good for stability, and it makes everything a lot easier to handle. Instead of people fighting over doing things, I just say what is to be done.
Speaking of interviews and all that, why the MC podcast?
I don't know, because I was bored.
Yeah, just a rainy day.
Yep. I mean, it's not like it costs anything.
Yeah.
Seemed like a good podcast, so I was like, why not?
Yeah. Thanks that. Thanks for that. Now we know you have a lot of publicity due to certain things, and are you ever scared of the amount of people who are not just threatening you, but claim to have doxes or have information on you that could be, decriminalizing or any of that other fun stuff? How do you combat that?
Honestly, I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to give out my docs or make it easy for people to dox me. But if I ever am fully doxed, people are going to understand very quickly it's almost impossible to touch me or hurt me in any real way without serious legal repercussions.
So so you're not really afraid of much.
No.
I think a lot of people can commend that, fearlessness. Hmm.
Like, I actually met up with three of my good friends, Torek, Miller, and Jumbo, in real life, and we went skiing together, so that's kind of they obviously found out a bit more about me than the average 2B player would, but, I'm not really worried.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. You got to be careful. Everybody has to be. Anyway, to do with now, let's take a road to the other side. Doxing other people. Now, a lot of people have apparently been doxed by Imperium. So, what's your take on this?
We don't really like doing that, but if you fuck with us too hard, yeah. Or if certain people get more bored, they'll do it out of boredom. Mike,
Now, with the future
who specifically?
um, are you sure?
Yeah, I'd like to know my enemies now, so I can
I
take
wouldn't
them out.
say enemies, just people who disagree with certain things.
Anything in particular, or just a general statement?
Just a general statement from like other people, such as like Tyler or whatever.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but Tyler he can't really do anything.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Wait, just a sec. Someone's phone calling me. Sorry about that. That was just
No
the
worries, no
president.
worries. No worries, no worries. Um, Now I want to talk about your future with Minecraft and 2B2T. Are you gonna stay on 2B2T for the rest of your Minecraft career?
Yeah, probably. If I quit 2B, I'll quit Minecraft. I don't really play other video games. I've never been an epic gamer. So,
Well,
yeah, 2B is a completely unique place within video games and Minecraft more specifically. So, if I quit 2B, I'll just become a cool normie.
yeah, it's quite a unique and amazing experience to not just go on 2B2T, but let alone to make a name for yourself on one of the biggest teams on there, Bravo. But nonetheless, it's yeah, I agree. It's quite a big part of Minecraft nowadays. Nonetheless,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, when you go to full on college, do you think you're going to be stopping Minecraft?
I have no idea. I'll be going after some hard sciences and getting some dual degrees, so there will probably be times where I have to study and not fuck around, but I don't know. I've never been to college before, so how can I say?
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Um, anything really you want to say to people before we maybe start to wrap this up?
Um, yeah, most of the things you hear about me are false. I mean, unless they're cool. But like when morons say, "Oh, he's out to get you," like every time I inside a group, which is a lot of them, they always are talking about, "Oh, he's the boogeyman. He's gonna inside us," and that's completely false. I am not like that at all. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
don't talk bad, because I'm watching. The end.
Yes, he's like Santa. He's always watching. Anyway, um, is there anything you want to say to the people again? You know, any last words now that you've thought
Um,
about it?
no.
All right. Well, this has been the AMZ podcast. I've been your host, Super. With me, I've had the Dark Emperor, the leader of the Imperium, and this has been his complete interview. Anyway, thank you very much.
Woo lads.
Sorry?
I just said woo lads.
Woo lads. Alrighty, well, like I said, thanks for watching the AMC podcast. I've been your host, Super. Here with me, I've had the Dark Emperor. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Clout.